just means that that wasn't your person. And that's normal. You date. Everybody is not your forever. Everybody is not your person. That's okay.
Right.
You move on. You cut your losses. You learn from the situation. You heal. And then you take that into the next relationship so that you are better. You don't go back around and start hurting other people because you got hurt.
Hey YouTube, you have made your way back to Mind Your Mind with Just Justified. Now you saw the thumbnail, so let's jump right in. Alright, so the title is Hurt People, Hurt People. I'm sure you've heard that cliche before, and so it can be the truth in a lot of situations. So I came across a panel on a show called Council Culture, which the host was Nick Cannon. And then on this particular panel, it comprised of some people like Neo and the comic Godfrey, right? So let's see what they had to say.
Times, but I've been both guys. I've been the nice guy, and it didn't work.
And I
I've
stopped
been the
that.
bad boy, and it didn't work.
Right.
But of the two, the bad boy always works a little more.
So
Women are extremely younger.
Are women attracted to toxicity?
Young women.
Because you gravitate toward what smells familiar, and if you come from a household where machismo and all that is around you, you unconsciously feel safe in that.
Yeah.
And that's
But
what
then
you
you learn from peers too, because you watch your boys, you go, man, he's an ass. So I think I'm gonna do that, because high school happened to me. I was the nice guy, man. I was like, get her flowers. My mother's like, that's good. I did all that, and I got doodled on, and I was like, that will never happen to me again.
Oh man, we gotta check this in. I think that's happened to all. That might be the origin story of our toxic masculinity. I was the poem writing, putting flowers in the locker.
To me or not to me?
And then when I saw her go for the bad boys,
Right.
I was like, fuck these flowers.
And it worked.
Right? And I was like, I will never be heartbroken again.
Ever.
I never want to feel that.
And it hurts. And man, we can't take that.
Right? Yeah. I'm glad I thank you for that, because I think we just grew from that a little bit.
Interesting. So quite a few, I think it was between Godfrey and Nick Cannon, where they were talking about they chosen to be the nice guy. It didn't work. They chose to be the bad boy. It didn't work, but it worked just a little bit more than the nice guy. And so they opted to be the bad boys. And you know, the whole fact that of claiming that it worked just a little bit more. Ironically, you know, even when we look at guys like, okay, Nick Cannon, who has 12 children by 6 different women. And if he kept this ideology throughout the years, and then, you know, I'm wondering about those 6 women that opted to be with this bad boy, you know. Now, and even with Neo, who had 7 children by 3 baby moms, you know, baby mothers. So, you know, I'm wondering with that whole thing, and I don't know Godfrey's romantic information. I really don't. I don't follow him much like that. I've heard him here and there when he talk about things on the internet. I know I saw something where he was on Club Shannon and things like that, but I don't really know much about his romantic pursuits. I don't think he's a father though. But the 2 that I mentioned before, it kind of speaks to their true respect and or disregard of their children's mothers. Because, you know, if he's choosing to be the bad boy, and then look at if they're the two that especially have multiple children with different mothers and everything, you know, they're, you know, having so much children, creating broken homes. So obviously that kind of speaks on the respect level they have for these women, you know. So there's got to be something that is probably said to that. And let's see what this doctor says in this next video, which pretty much reflects my take after stumbling upon this panel.
So to be clear, you got hurt a long time ago and it bruised your ego, your pride, and then you just decided, I'm never going to be nice to nobody again, because basically you didn't heal from the hurt that you caused. And this was caused when you were younger a long time ago, but you've carried that into your adult life. And this is so common for people. And yes, I want to empathize that somebody hurt you, but do you know how many people that have good hearts, that are genuine, get hurt all the time? Because it seems like when you have a good heart and you're a great person, you attract the worst of people because they want something from you. They see you as an opportunity. That does not give you a right to then grow up and become everything that hurts you. You literally are hurting people, and you're hurting people that never bled on you. And you being someone that knows what it feels like to be hurt, when you showed up with sincerity, why would you do that to somebody else? This is what I mean. So many people do this. I'm never going to get hurt again, thinking that you out here conquering and you're doing all of this to protect yourself. But at the end of the day, you're operating from a place of hurt. Because let me present this idea to you. If you are really a good person and you get hurt, you don't stop being a good person just because somebody hurt you. Of course, it's going to change you. You might operate a little differently. You might vet people a little differently. You might pay attention and be more aware, but it should not change you at your very core and turn you into exactly the person that hurt you. Because if you're going to just become a bad person when somebody hurts you, maybe you aren't that good to begin with. Because I've been hurt. I know many people that have been hurt. I work with many people. Don't ever let somebody hurt you so much that they change who you are. Because if somebody can hurt you and change you into this savage, this horrible player, you know, this city girl, whatever that looks like, that just means you have not healed.
Never.
And until you do, you're going to leave a chain of brokenness everywhere you go behind you, and it's going to keep sticking to you. And deep down, you're not doing anybody any favors, not even yourself. I know you feel like it's better to control the situation, so you're going to be the one to make sure that you don't get hurt. But I'm telling you, you are cruising for bruising. You will only get hurt in this way because you're operating from an ugly place. So don't use this as an excuse because I got hurt and girls don't want good guys. That just means that wasn't your person. And that's normal. You date. Everybody is not your forever. Everybody is not your person. That's okay.
Right.
You move on. You cut your losses. You learn from the situation. You heal. And then you take that into the next relationship so that you are better. You don't go back around and start hurting other people because you got hurt.
She spat facts. Like, that's she was on point with that one. All right, so let's continue, because she basically said my sentiments hurt people, you know, and I completely agree, because claiming you were good after a heartbreak, but after a heartbreak, that's when you choose to be the bad guy, kind of tells me you were probably never good in the first place. You know, just as she said, bleeding on everyone because you are not healed, especially to the people who didn't do anything to you. And, you know, I kind of find that, I think that's diabolical. Like, why does everyone else have to pay for your heartache, rather because you chose not to heal from it? That's unfair, because then it just continues like a whole cycle of everything else, you know? So healing after hurt rather than bleeding on others helps you and others in the long run. Your true character is revealed with how you relate to others. Let's watch this video to end with.
people hurt people. And so when people are projecting pain onto you, you can remember this the rest of your life. It's really difficult too, because you want to get right back at them, right? But when someone's giving you pain or hurt, it's a judgment on them when someone's treating you that way. And you can I've almost gotten to the point in my life, by the way, I'm not immune to this either. People can say bad things to me too. I actually feel sympathy and empathy to think you've taken time out of your life and your day to spend that time thinking about me and saying something negative about me. What kind of pain or how bad do they must feel about themselves in order to do that to you or me? Does that make sense?
So he actually, I love the way he put it. Like, you know, sometimes he says he feels empathy and, you know, he kind of feels sorry for that person whenever they decide to relate with in pain and in hurt and bleed on other people, because instead of choosing to do the opposite, that means that there is a pain in them that is unhealed and they did not get to tap into it yet and heal. So then they end up, that's what's the result. So he, you know, he kind of feels sorry for them when he sees that. So I actually, for the mindful moment today, I have a quote by Ed Mylett. So this quote says, by Ed Mylett, it says, "Never regret being a good person to the wrong people. Your behavior says everything about you, and their behavior says everything about them." So I'm going to repeat it one more time. It says, never regret being a good person to the wrong people. Your behavior says everything about you, and their behavior says everything about them. All right, guys. So let's try to heal and not bleed on others. All right. Now, don't forget, control your mind or else it will control you. Mind your mind. Till the next time.